Good morning, thoroughbreds, to everyone except for Tuanti, who puked on my Gucci loafers last night. Dry cleaning bill notwithstanding, the Alpha's annual Welcome Week party was a smash success, surprising to no one. Highlight of the night, of course, was the big showdown between Queen Bee Poppy Min Sinclair and naive newcomer Aurelia Hughes, ending in quite the splash, or maybe jiggle would be more appropriate. Our belle of the ball looked seriously hot in an outfit I can only describe as Greek chic. How could Aurelia's closet go from Midwestern meh to New York noble in 60 seconds? Money, of course. Here's a shocking tidbit for all UT fans out there. Word on the street is that Aurelia has a habit of sitting in a tree, Cheating. Say it ain't so. I mean, the cheating I get, but getting caught? Can't wait to see how Aurelia turns this one around. If she isn't expelled first, that is. Kisses the tea. Welcome back to Queen Bee, Chapter 3, Teacher's Pet. Hope you're enjoying this. Let's see Aurelia fight these nasty cheating allegations from none other than Monkey Chloe St. James. You're sitting in your kitchen with Zoe, sipping a cappuccino and still absolutely fuming over the crap Chloe pulled yesterday. I mean, seriously, Chloe St. James really is the monkey that sits beside the wicked witch. The nerve of that girl, I swear, like I would ever cheat. I've been a straight-A student my entire school career. Thank you very much. Careful, darling. You'll get worry lines if you keep making that face. Look, if Chloe is paying some freshmen to doctor transcripts, she's grasping at straws. The dean's a smart woman. She'll see through it. I just didn't think she'd go after my grades. It gets so nasty so fast. That's like seriously low and totally unrelated to the beef between me and Poppy. Zoe just shrugs. Super helpful, though. Chloe's been Poppy's lapdog since day one. Like, I would honestly believe that Chloe was born carrying Poppy's purse in her tiny baby hand. She'll do whatever it takes to stay in Poppy's good graces. As much as I hate to say it, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Oh, right. This is good. They're scared of you, Aurelia. Now just prove to the professors that they have nothing to worry about. Okay, but how am I supposed to do that? Oh, why don't you talk to Professor Babley about becoming her TA? You mean? Your heartbeat starts to quicken as soon as she says her name. Totally. A professor would never hire a cheat, especially one with the moral compass of Ina Kingsley. You'll be back in the dean's favor, and with Chloe's big-ass crush on Kingsley, her head will explode when she finds out. You glance at your phone, ignoring the seemingly millions of follow requests that have been pouring in since the party yesterday, and you see you have a couple hours until class. Then I guess I'll go talk to Kingsley before class. Thanks for the advice, though. Today's looking up already. You dump the dregs of your cappuccino into the sink and head to your room to change. Zoe calls out after you. Wear something hot, to make a good scholarly impression. She winks at you and you roll your eyes before heading into your room. Bang! And the dirt is done. Aurelia is looking fire. Smoking. When you get to Ina's office, the door is already wide open. You peek and see Ina with her back to the door, peering intently at the bookshelf behind her desk. From this vantage point, you have a perfect unobstructed view of her subtle curves and the snug fit of her skirt against her well-toned ass. Lush. I should sneak up behind her, enjoy the view, knock on the door, sneak up behind her. You tiptoe across the room until you're right behind her, getting a strong whiff of her scent. Orange blossoms and cedarwood. Your mind goes reeling back to that night in the bar and you suddenly feel a little woozy. Looking for something, Professor? Ina stiffens and you can almost feel the tension rippling off of her, feel it course through your own body. She turns to glance at you over her shoulder. Her gaze flickers toward the still open door before taking you in, a full range of emotion flashing across her face before it goes neutral again. Aurelia? She clears her throat before taking a step away. She slips off her reading glasses and shuffles some papers on her desk. "Ah, I think you made her nervous, Aurelia. What can I do for you?" Actually, the real question is, what can I do for you? She frowns, holding her arms over her chest. You can answer my question for starters, and keep in mind, I'm in no mood for games today. Ouch. Ice cold. Don't worry, Teach. No funny business. I've come to offer my services as your TA for the semester. And what makes you think I need your services? I have limited experience with your academics, as the semester's just started. I have no way of knowing if you're at all capable. I'm plenty capable. I just need a chance to prove it, which I've already proved. I can assure you I'm just as capable academically as I am with my tongue, which, as I'm sure you remember, I'm quite skilled with. Ina's eyes darken, just a little. She clenches her fists at her side and lets out a shaky breath. Her brow creases ever so slightly, and you think she might be about to crack, but then she clears her throat and straightens up. While there may be some truth in that, it's simply not possible. I already have a fantastic, personally vetted aide in my service. So I appreciate the offer, but I have to say no. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy. That's it. I'm sorry, not sorry, and goodbye? Oh, hell no. She's not getting rid of you that easily. But, Professor, Who's this bitch? Sorry for the delay, ma'am. I've got your coffee and... The interrupter stops in the doorway, a cup of takeout coffee in each hand. Ah, Penelope. Ina clears her throat and steps away, swiping her glasses off the desk and putting them back on. Oh, my apologies, Professor. I didn't mean to interrupt. No need to apologize. Just leave. We were just talking. Just leave. We were kind of in the middle of something, so... Actually, we were just about finished. Says who? How are you going to convince her to drop whatever loser TA she has and hire you instead if she won't hear you out? Aurelia here had a question on this semester's curriculum. Is that my red eye? You fight to not roll your eyes. Still, Ina smiles appreciatively at her before settling behind her desk. It becomes clear that your little plan to become her TA isn't going to happen. For now, at least, you force a grin. Well, thanks for answering my question, Professor. I guess I'll see you in class. Penelope walks you to the door, but just as you're about to go, she stops you, leaning in closer to whisper to you. I don't know what you're up to, Aurelia, but you should leave Professor Kingsley be. She doesn't need the drama someone like you brings. And really, email me at any time. She shoos you away, and you walk, silently fuming, back to your dorm. When Zoe walks into your room after classes that afternoon, you're lying on your bed, gazing up at the ceiling dejectedly. Hey, weirdo, what are you doing? Oh, just dwelling on my failures, the usual. Zoe sits on the edge of your bed, and you roll onto your side to face her, resting your chin in your palm. I feel like I tried every play in the book, and she just wasn't having it. Besides, she's already got her TA. She's a total self-righteous snob. Babe, you're describing 98% of the people in the school. More specifically, some priest named Penelope Dogwood. She went on this whole spiel about how I'm a drummer and Kingsley doesn't need that in her life. Wait, Penelope Dogwood said this? Seriously? You know her? Yeah, couldn't have passed geography last semester without her. That girl makes major bank selling test answers. Seriously, that's messed up. Genius. Messed up. Genius. Messed up. I can't believe she had the nerve to get all high and mighty with me. Kingsley clearly trusts her, and so do a lot of other teachers, most likely. I can't believe she would abuse her power like that. Aurelia, you obviously still have a lot to learn about this school. Don't you see what this means? You have your in. All we need is some proof, and we can make her quit. That TA position is as good as yours. Okay, I'm on board. So let's dig up some dirt. It can't be that hard, right? You said everyone knows about her. Sure, but they're not just gonna snitch. No, we need to catch her with something. A plan starts to form in your mind, and you can't sit still. You get up and start pacing the room. Okay, clearly she's smart. She wouldn't just carry the test answers around. She'd keep them somewhere safe. Her room, most likely. She's on the second floor room at the end of the hall, I think, with Alexis French. And she's in class until 5. Alexis is at Pilates, which is code for shopping on 5th. So if you go around Narish, the room is going to be empty. Wait, how do you know that? She waggles her phone at you, and you can see Alexis's pictogram feed on her screen. Duh. How does anyone know anything about anyone? All we need to do now is figure out how to get in. That alright? What's his name again? He could probably let us in, right? Yes, Benji. He's a little weird, but harmless, and totally into you. But he's not just gonna let us waltz into someone else's room. And that's where you go to work. A little flirting will go a long way. After all, it's just one eensy little room. She bats her eyelashes at you, giving you a taste of the kind of sucking up you're gonna have to do to get a pass from Benji. You and Zoe speed walk down the hall towards Benji's room. Can we just, appreciate how quickly we came up with this and are now executing this heist? I'm loving this dynamic duo sitch. No, yeah, we are straight up killing this. You got this, right? Psh, do you know who you're talking to? I'm the girl that stood up to Poppy, begged the hot teacher, got your interest. And look, here you are, assisting me on a petty theft mission. How could I resist those Midwestern charms? Exactly, and by that logic, Benji should have no trouble at all. Zoe gives you a sharp slap on the backside as you near Benji's door. I mean, alright. Atta girl, go get him. You stride to the door and lift your hand to knock when the door swings open and Benji appears in front of you. Hey, I thought I heard you're out here. He straight up looks like the heart eye emoji with the way he grins at you. Zoe arches an eyebrow suspiciously. And how did you know it was us? Well, I didn't know you'd be here, but I'd recognize Aurelia's accent anywhere. What can I do for you, milady? Bath? Okay, just keep it cool, Aurelia. I just had a little teeny tiny favor to ask you. And I totally understand if you can't. I wouldn't want you to get in trouble or anything, which is why it's so hard for me to even ask, but we need you to let us into Penelope Dogwood's room. Zoe? Gee, sorry, I do have other things I need to do today. Oh, I see, so you're not here to hang out, you just want to use me? Use you? Of course not. I mean, yeah, kind of. Of course not. I would never do something like that. This is an emergency, I promise, or I wouldn't even ask. I would never taint our friendship by using you, Benji. There we go, back to the puppy dog eyes. That did the trick. Bzz, the tea has an update. Oh, look, she went zoom, zoom, zoom. Natalia Romanova. So, basically, Natalia Romanov. Clint Burton. Clarissa Thackeray. Burlington. Okay, for anyone who doesn't love Marvel, and I don't know what you're doing with your life that you can't, but whatever. The one at the top says Carol Denver. It's a play on the name Carol Danvers. She plays Captain Marvel. Then you've got Stephen Rogers. It's actually Steve Rogers, Captain America. And the one below it is Natalia Romanova, which is actually Natasha Romanov, and she is Black Widow. She's got a film coming out as well. Plus, there's one underneath it that says Clint Burton, and that's Clint Barton. But no one cares about him, okay? He's Hawkeye, and he sucks. He should have fallen into the pit. No, I don't take that back. Yeah, duh. Obviously, I knew you weren't that kind of girl, Aurelia. I will do this, Aurelia, for you. But let's make this quick, okay? He starts down the hall, and you give Zoe a fist bump behind his back before you follow after him. He leads you to the second floor and looks around before swiping his master key on the door. He nudges it open with his foot. Thanks, Benji. Seriously, you're a lifesaver. I don't mean to rush, but please hurry. I'm already sweating. The good news is your work here is done, so you can leave. Shoo shoo. But Zoe gives him her best try me glare, and he hangs his head in defeat before slumping off down the hall. After poking your head into a couple of rooms, you figure out which one is Penelope's and creep inside. Interesting decor, very cozy, cabin chic. Shut up and help me look. You and Zoe start snooping through the room, careful not to mess anything up too much. If you had brought a ski mask with you, now would be the time to put it on. Nothing on the bookshelf but, well, books. Nothing under the bed either, except a box that I beg you not to open. Mistakes were made today. Mistakes! You start to open the desk drawers, and in the very bottom drawer, underneath a stack of papers, ta-da! Eureka! You found the test answers. It's not just Kingsley's class. There's answers here for Pondler's physics class. Mills's advanced lit class. By the way, you made a typo there. It shouldn't have an S apostrophe, then an S. It should just end with an apostrophe. Did no one teach you English? Right, grammar on over. Too bad we've got nothing to prove that she plans on selling these. We could totally nail her to the wall. Oh my god, that was the best lead-in I could have asked for. Check this ish out. Journal, should we be looking? Yeah. It's her book, like her bookkeeping book. You start flipping through it, scanning the cramped penmanship and meticulous notes, rows and rows of names, courses, dates, prices. Holy crap, she wrote everything down. These dates go all the way back to 2 years ago. Hey, what the hell are you doing in my room? Uh-oh. That's it. You're caught. You're doomed. You totally have the upper hand in this situation, for once. We came to discuss your TA-ship with Professor Kingsley, which you'll soon be resigning from. Why would I? It's then that she notices the stack of tests in your hand, the makeshift ledger lying open on the bed. She lunges for it, but Zoe moves faster, grabbing it and dancing out of her reach. Please don't tell anyone about this. The dean would expel me. My parents would murder me. My blood would be on your hands. Hey, slow down. No one's telling anyone. But why? I don't need to tell anyone as long as you resign immediately, because you already know it's wrong. I don't think anything I could do would make you feel worse than it looks like you're feeling right now. It was just helping out friends at first. Then one person tells their friends, and they tell their friends. You know how it goes. And then my student rank started to go up. Do you know how humiliating it is to be ranked last on that thing? Oh, trust me, I do. But I also know that what other people think of you isn't everything. And I think we both know that you need to atone for the trust you've broken. I'd listen to Aurelia if I were you. Penelope looks between you and Zoe and back to you and then Zoe again. She's biting her lip so hard you think it might bleed. Okay, fine, I'll quit. Yes. But you swear you won't tell anyone, right? You can count on it. You take the journal from Zoe and place it into Penelope's hands. I've got a feeling we're on the same page here. I trust you. Yeah. Penelope drops into her desk chair as you head to the door. Zoe hangs back, watching Penelope crush her face into her palms. You try to urge Zoe on, but she just grimaces you at whispers. Okay, I know she was doing a bad thing, yada yada, but, I kind of feel bad for her. Zoe. But just look at her, though. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. We can't just leave her like this. We have to, I don't know, cheer her up a bit or something. And besides, having someone with such a good rapport with the professors on your side could be useful in the long run. I see your point. Yeah, let's recruit her. Woo! She could be useful. You heave a sigh at Zoe before sidling up to Penelope and patting her shoulder. Look, sorry if I came on strong before. I just really need that TA position with Professor Kingsley. It's not like I want to get you expelled or anything. Really? Of course not. But let's be honest with ourselves here. How long was this business of yours really going to last? Could you imagine the kind of hit Professor Kingsley's reputation would take if you, her TA, got caught selling her test answers? No, I didn't really think about that. And even if you don't care about her future, what about yours? You're graduating this year, aren't you? Imagine the finish line in your sights, and then boom, there goes your degree. Oh God, my parents would be absolutely mortified. And how awful would that have been? So if you really think about it, I'm kind of doing you a favor here. Penelope stops sniffling, her eyes widening as she thinks about everything you just said. It can't really be that easy, can it? Apparently so. Apparently so. Oh my God, you're totally right. Seriously, Aurelia, thank you so much for making me see this. I can't believe how stupid I've been. Wow, okay, it really can't be that easy. For someone so smart, she's not that smart. You sit at the edge of her bed, smiling softly at her in what you hope comes off more Mother Teresa than Viper going in for the kill. Although, she's smarter than the witness MC, so she's got that going for her. So, what do you say you and I stick together from now on, huh? You want to be friends with me? But why? Easy, 'cause we are pretty alike. Can help each other out. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I get your TA position, you don't get expelled. See, it's already working. I guess, but I don't really have anything else to offer. And while I totally agree that what I did was wrong and I should quit, I needed that job for my internship with the Met this summer. What am I gonna do now? Zoe finishes tapping something out on her phone and comes over to you and Penelope with a wide grin. Who needs a silly little TA job when you can slap assistant to the dean on your resume? But I'm not. Think again. I know for a fact Dean Steenhelm is looking, and I can get you an interview tomorrow, courtesy of Aurelia Hughes' brand new charity. Again, with the S. Apostrophe S. How many times can you make the same mistake? You do an S, you do an apostrophe, you don't put another S, you learn basic grammar that you should have been taught in elementary school. Jesus Christ. Penelope gapes at Zoe, and you can't help but be a little shocked too. Zoe just grins and shrugs. What, the guy in Student Records owes me a favour? See, Penelope, already taken care of, and that's just a taste of what it's like to be on my good side. So, can I count on you to put in a good word with the dean on my behalf? Are you kidding me? Your heart skips a nervous beat. Did you play this one all wrong? After what you've done for me today, saving my ass and getting me an interview with the dean? I only have good things to say about you, Aurelia, and I'll tell everyone who'll listen, promise. You rise to your feet and offer your hand to Penelope, who takes it immediately and gives it a firm, enthusiastic shake. Welcome to Team Aurelia. Woo, she's joined the squad. Hooray! Oh, one last thing before you go. I've heard around that you got on Poppy's bad side. Yeah, don't remind me. Penelope goes over to her desk and rifles through a drawer completely full of flash drives. She hands over one to you, neatly labelled PMS. Haha, PMS. And this is a record of your cycle? No, of course not. I write essays for people sometimes, and I keep these drives as collateral in case anything ever goes down. Let's just say Poppy's my best customer. If you ever need something to use against her, there's plenty of dirt on this. After Chloe just put you on blast for being a cheat, we'll love to see it. You tuck the flash drive into a side pocket of your purse for safekeeping. Thanks, Penelope. I'm sure this'll come in handy. A week after blackmailing. I mean, what? Who said that? Enthusiastically encouraging Penelope's resignation. You get an email from Ina asking you to meet her in her office. You wanted to see me, Professor? She leans against her desk, her arms folded across her chest. Well, you've got your wish. My previous TA suddenly quit on me, so I'm in a bit of a pinch. Don't you worry, I'll pick up right where she left off. You won't even notice the change, I swear. Right, before we go any further, I have some rules. Lay 'em on me. I want zero drama here. I know what kind of things goes on at this school, and I don't want it in my classroom or my office. Won't be a problem. And I expect the utmost professionalism here. Meeting deadlines, answering emails in a timely fashion, the works. She picks up a stack of ungraded test papers from her desk and holds them out to you. I can do professional, ma'am. You reach out to take the papers and your fingers brush hers. You swear you could have been struck by lightning. One look at her face tells you that she can feel it too, the way her eyes darken as they meet yours. She lets out a slow, steadying breath. Yes, well, we'll see about that. My question is, can you keep it professional? Will that be all, Professor? You're not worried about a drop in productivity with me around to distract you? I can see we're already off to a great start. Though her tone is reprimanding, her lip twitches into that almost smile. You glance down, realizing that your hands are still touching at the same moment she does. She clears her throat and lets go. Have these graded by tomorrow afternoon. I've included a rubric. If something's unclear, feel free to email me until 9 p.m. She moves to sit behind her desk and slips on her glasses, pulling her computer toward her. Guess that means this conversation is over. Yes, ma'am, I won't let you down. As soon as you leave the building that houses Ina's office, you cram the papers into your bag and whip out your phone to text Zoe the good news. Just as someone slams into you, sending your phone clattering to the ground. Hi. Poppy and Chloe stand in front of you. Well, Poppy stands in front of you. Chloe's just a step behind her. Both of them have their arms folded and sour looks on their faces. Hey, watch yourself. You should really watch where you're going when you're walking on a crowded pathway, you know. You look around you. Only a handful of students mill about the campus quadrant walkways. Right, because there was absolutely no space to go around me. We don't go around. Everyone else goes around us. Not anymore. Poppy laughs, and a second later Chloe joins in. This girl can't even laugh without Poppy's permission first. Sad. You talk a big game, Riverdale, but I've yet to see you back it up. Hello, I've been here 3 weeks already, and I've already climbed like 100 spots in the rankings. Like, that's some kind of accomplishment? It's really not that hard. Half the people in the school are losers, uggos, or too stupid to care. The people in the top 5 have been there since I put them there, and there's no chance of them budging. Yeah, so don't even bother trying. Poppy takes a step closer, looming menacingly, though her smile is sweet. Chloe follows her lead. You haven't begun to see what I'm capable of, little Aurelia, and trust me, you don't want any of this. The students around you start to perk up, getting a whiff of impending confrontation. Some even sidle a little closer, phones at the ready to start recording. What's wrong, newbie? Cat got your tongue? There'll be more fun options, like pushing her in a pool of jello. You're trying to bite me, and I'm not gonna fall for it. Smart, though if I really wanted to bait you, I'd just hang a cheap pair of leather pumps from a fishing pole. Ha! I bet she doesn't even have a shoe closet to put them in. Probably just like a shoe rack or something. You had to struggle to think of the word shoe rack, and you're insulting Aurelia? Okay. Poppy rolls her eyes. You do too. You can't help it. Does Chloe even hear herself sometimes? Watch yourself, Aurelia. And with a flip of her hair and a swish of her hips, she and Chloe are sauntering off down the path. As soon as they walk off, you glance around, but all of the students around you are pointedly looking away. I probably could have used a little backup of my own. You scoop up your phone still lying on the ground a few feet away and scurry out to the quad, praying nobody sees you running out with your tail between your legs. That night, you and Zoe celebrate your success with a couple of glasses of Chardonnay and a pair of Tatcha sheet masks. Cheers, one step closer to knocking Poppy off her high horse. You clink your glass with hers and take a sip of your wine. You taste hints of green apple, pomegranate, and wine. It tastes like wine, let's be real here. And I couldn't have done it without my beautiful genius roommate. Ah. She giggles appreciatively and nuzzles against your shoulder. I'll drink twice to that. Your phone pings and you check to see a new update has been posted on the T. Give me a T. Give me an H. Give me a break. I am totally not spelling out thoroughbreds, the longest and probably dumbest mascot name of all time. The homecoming game is coming up fast, and as usual, Poppy, Min Sinclair and the Thoroughbred Dance Squad will be completely overshadowing the team's actual cheerleaders. Other auditions are welcome. If you want a taste of what you're up against, aspiring performers, take a look at Poppy's Picture page to get a preview of the action. Go team and whatever. The T. You click the link, which takes you over to Poppy's video. At the same time, you hear it playing from the speaker on Zoe's phone. Honestly, it's a travesty that she's calling this dancing. Don't be bitter. They're actually kind of good. Maybe, but you'll be better. You've got that mysterious twinkle in your eye. What are you plotting? We're plotting to show up Poppy and her crew at the halftime show, win over the jocks, and show the school who's really on top. Zoe grins and lifts her glass. To the fall of Poppy Min Sinclair. You lift your own glass and meet her in a toast. And let's hope it's a hard one. And that is the end of chapter 3. Damn, chapter 3 already? God, we're speeding through these. So, how are we feeling? Honestly, I'm starting to love Ina. But also, I love Poppy. And I just think she's lush. Let me know your thoughts. Stay frosty, puppies.